Hey everybody, I'm Lee Turley. I am here with Chris McIntyre of Change Healthcare and also Jumpstart Foundry. I have the pleasure of having him on. He's been gracious enough to give us some of his time this morning. And Chris, give us kind of a little bit of a rundown of your past, your background in entrepreneurship, and kind of what's gotten to where you are now.
Yeah, so I guess I'm like 32 years old. I'm a late bloomer, if you will. I didn't get into startups early. I did everything a little bit late. I dated girls late. Got bit by the startup bug late. Probably my first company was in around 2001. I started a T-shirt printing business in Chicago from the ground up, trying to find a way to get away from the demands of brick and mortar, and make that price or that process more streamlined, more digital. It was at the same time Threadless was coming around, so you could see the models we followed were very similar at the time. Obviously, they're doing much better than my company did. I've done a couple of ventures since then. In 2004, I created a company called Podcast Alley. That was the first directory of podcasts. When I started it, there was only maybe 100 or 200 podcasts around the world. There's now hundreds of thousands. I created this directory and we gave it to iTunes, so iTunes could start supporting podcasts inside of iTunes. And then went off and raised $9 million and moved to California for 5 years to build a distribution and advertising company. I moved back to Nashville in 2009, I guess, to work for a healthcare company called Change Healthcare as product manager and engagement specialist. And now locally, I also work with the Jumpstart Foundry as a managing director. It's a Techstars-like accelerator where we fund 6 companies every year and give them money and 14 weeks to build a business. So lots going on. I also have a couple of startups here in Nashville that are funded in the location-based marketing space, and sit on the board of maybe 3 to 4 other startups here in Nashville, advising on different things.